Howdy folks, and welcome to Huntsville, Texas, right across the street from Sam Houston State University. We're on the Sam Houston Memorial Museum grounds. I had some plans to go to where Sam was buried today, but I left my notes, so we ended up at one of my favorite places here at the museum. We're going to see a few of the houses Sam built and lived in with his family, and the Steamboat House over where he died, which we were going to visit where the house was sitting when he died, but we'll get to it. So let's go check it out. Oh, there they are. Over there you can see some of the famous Sam Houston chickens that run around Huntsville. There is a story, I don't know if it's posted here, and I've heard different versions of it. I would have to look it up, but there is a story behind those chickens. I don't know, I'm not exactly sure what it is, but we find ourselves there are on these grounds a few extra houses. This is a Robert Ferris log cabin built in the 1840s. Sandy, 15 miles west of here. And it was moved here when? 2002? Yeah. So it is a fairly new log cabin. Well, at least to the grounds. In really good shape. It was moved here by some students. Sam Houston University. If you ever get the chance to come walk around here, Huntsville's got a lot of great things to check out, and I'm only about an hour and a half away, so we will have a lot from here. Hopefully. But let's move on down here and see what we got. Oh, well, I guess he wanted to say hi first. Yeah, I have to find, there is a book you can order from the museum about the chickens. You see that little one through there? What are you doing, chicken? Great little book. Hit up the museum store to find it. Here we have the Guerrant Cabin, circa 1845. I'm gonna move you guys away a little. A double pin cabin built here in Walker County. See, we've got a little write up on the Garrett family cabin there. I don't think you guys would ever be able to read it, but it talks about their family living here and him coming from Tennessee with his sister. And I don't know if you guys can see in there, kind of, but it's all the more reason for you guys to come check these places out. This is a beautiful piece of history here in Walker County that you just don't get to see anymore. You know, these places can really use your patronage to stay afloat. It doesn't say. I was interested to see what year this was donated, and I couldn't find a year as far back as I can remember coming here, which has been a good 20 years. It has been here. It does talk about it being donated, but it doesn't say when. And if I'm not mistaken, we're going to be going over here to the hunting lodge next. There's some more ducks. So let's go check it out. beautifully preserved piece of history here. Alright, so this was the Bear Bend hunting cabin, another double pin, early southern style. Many Texas houses were built in this style early mid 1800s. This one 1840, 1850-ish. And interesting story over here. This cabin was the hunting cabin, and it was located out where Lake Conroe is now, in a bend of the San Jacinto River there, which is interesting. It was moved here. It was moved once in 1987 and fixed up, and moved here in 2010. Donated by who? I wanted to make sure I got that. Feel free to pause and read that. B. Carroll and May Tharp. And it is a two-story. They don't have, and this is the cleanest, I'm not gonna lie, this is the actual cleanest I have ever seen this. So they must have built someplace for the chickens to roost. And I don't know if you guys will be able to see in there too well. Like I said, all the more reason to come visit these places. I'm gonna take a minute to look around here some more, and then we're gonna go over. We're gonna swing by the blacksmith shop over there, and then we're gonna visit the two Sam Houston houses, the Woodland House and the Steamboat House over there. So stay tuned. Yeah, I know you guys can't see it, but there's a whole spinning wheel, and you've got the old beds in there. And I did mention they've got the pond over there. This is just a beautiful place to grab a bite to eat and walk around a few minutes. And I'm glad to see it getting used a little more than normal today. Let's go check out the blacksmith over here. Say hi, ducks. So wait, I don't want to listen. Listen, ducks. I'm not here to bother you. It's a place they have some demonstration. I did see there was a group of 4th graders here yesterday. Oh, the pottery. Glad to see school kids coming around and learning a bit about the history. Hopefully this is still good. We'll check the sound, but we find ourselves at Josiah's Forge, named after Sam Houston's most trusted slave, who did a lot of blacksmithing here. It tells a little about him, and there's a book they sell here I haven't been able to get, From Slave to Statesman. Can be purchased here, and I haven't gotten it yet. But after the Civil War, he was freed, and he went on to become a prominent local business owner and promoter of education for African Americans in Huntsville and Walker County. And I haven't gotten to read the entire his story yet. And you can see maybe it's quite, there's a glare, but there is a photo of the man back there. And so I would like to get that and read it one time. I do know that he was the only member of the Houston family, including Sam's wife, to be allowed in his law office when he wasn't there. So we're going to walk over and look at the Woodland Home and learn a little about Margaret, the woman who got the man to stop drinking and become a church man. Here you find a lot about Margaret, who isn't buried with her husband not far from here. She is buried in Independence. This is, I believe, the house they lived in when Sam Houston won his second presidency. Over there will be the law office and the kitchen back there, but we're gonna have a look in here first. Yeah, the Woodland Home, it tells you about it there. You can see in there pretty well. Just great little piece of history. It is a National Historic Landmark. There's the outdoor kitchen. Got a little garden back there. Little sitting area. I believe that would have been for coach drivers. Pretty steep set of stairs. I believe this was one of the children's bedrooms. I don't remember how this worked. I do know for a while this was, I believe, a dormitory here for Sam Houston State, and I could be wrong. There's a look at the children, all of Sam's children there. Look at that, presented in 1910 to Sam Houston Normal Institute. This college has been here for quite a long time. It's the second or third oldest college in Texas. All right, I'll see you in 1 second just to show you that doll right there. That's what kids had to play with back in the mid 1800s. Big shout out to Bertha Kirkley for starting the purchase of this to become an historic place. 1905. As we saw, it was donated in 1910 over there, so Bertha, thank you. So every time I come, I learn a little something different reading these. This house was used for 10 years from 1848 to 1858 when it was sold due to debt acquired by Sam Houston in an unsuccessful bid to become governor again. And it was talking about the missing buildings, slave quarters and corn cribs. The law office, which is right here, we're going to survive. The kitchen right over here, well, the kitchen right over here is a reconstruction, but there is quite a bit missing that would be neat to see. So let's go check out this law office over here. Yeah, it tells you it was used by him in his later years in life. Let's see what you can see in there. You can see some, sorry. And tells you some about it there. I don't know if you'll be able to read any of that, but as always, you guys can pause and read it. So we'll go check out the rebuilt kitchen next. Yeah, as mentioned, Josiah, his most trusted slave. I'm sure he had more. He's the only one you really hear about. It'd be interesting to hear from the rest of slaves that Houston would have owned. But he was the only one ever allowed into Sam Houston's law office, which was interesting. So again, let's go over and check out this. You can see they have, I mean, it is January now, but they do have gardens. This is Elsa's kitchen. Well, I did see when we got here, they were doing something in here. Whoops, sorry. They had a nice big fire going. Margaret slave there. This is a reconstruction of the kitchen they think they had. Like I said, there was a bunch of buildings missing that we'll have to check out. Interesting, but they did. It is Texas, and everybody kept their kitchens away from their houses because it does get hot still. One last look at the garden, and I'll see you guys over there at the Steamboat House. So interestingly enough, Elsa stayed with the Houston family well after Sam and Margaret had both died to help raise the grandkids. So I find that interesting about Josiah and Elsa there. Alright, let's go check out the Steamboat House. We won't see too much there because I do have a video on it. I'll link below for you guys. Yeah, for quite a while you could come walk inside the Steamboat House where Sam Houston passed away. And but due to preserving it, they decided it would be better to close it off, which they did, which was good. It stayed closed for many years, but year before last they opened it up and gave tours of it, and I was lucky enough to be able to come film it, and I'll link that video down below. That would have been the room he passed on in there. That's more of a hallway, but you can see through to that back bedroom, which we'll go around and check. And this was their dining area here. That's pretty reflective. We'll see what we can see from the other side. This was built for his son or his son-in-law. I don't remember which. I'd have to look it up. And he refused to live in it, thought it was ugly. Or his wife refused to live in it and thought it was ugly. So Sam ended up living in it for, I don't remember how long. I'll have to look and see. Yeah, we got to go in and we were in that room, and you can see, well, you can't see in this video, but the clock is set to the time of his death, which was tradition at the time, where it still sits today. And like I said, down below I'll link the video I have from actually getting to go in a year or two ago, if you guys would be interested. This is the front of the Steamboat House. You see it set up for the funeral there. As always, I'd like to thank everybody for coming along on this little adventure from Huntsville, Texas at the Sam Houston Memorial Museum, right across from Sam Houston State University. Thanks again for watching, and if you like history, camping, hiking, museums, feel free to hit that subscribe button to follow along on our next adventure. Hope to see you there.